there was a settlement that says that we as listing brokers, the people who represent the seller, cannot disclose on the listing service the compensation to a buyer's agent. Talk to me about, from a standpoint of you being the listing broker and you communicating with a seller, what is your advice to them today? And this might be something that you don't want to disclose, but if you will, what is your advice to them on buyer agent compensation?
To be open-minded.
Okay.
So my advice to my sellers at this point is that we're not going to offer, unless they want to, but my advice is we're not going to offer just some kind of arbitrary, just blanket number, because we don't have anything necessarily to compare it to. There's no comparison of price per square foot. There's no factor to take into consideration that they may be putting themselves at any kind of disadvantage comparable to the other homes in the market. So why initially put ourselves at any kind of disadvantage that would cost them additional money? Let's wait until the offer comes in and then be open-minded.
So you say to a seller, you can pay nothing or you can pay whatever percentage you want.
Right.
And what I'm going to do, you're saying as the listing broker, is we're going to tell people that if they want compensation, to include it in the offer. And if all the terms work well,
right,
then we're good to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
when you think about it. So what we're doing here in Atlanta, which it's just all so new for us, I can't tell you if it makes any sense to do it or not, but we're saying, you have the choice to either offer compensation in advance or to not offer compensation in advance. And so if they offer it, then if anybody talks to us and the seller instructs us to, we will actually disclose the compensation to them. If the seller wants us to not offer any particular compensation, then they can have a choice to say, but you can tell the buyer's agent that you can include it in your offer, and if all of the terms and conditions make sense, then we'll be good to do that. Or the seller can say, I don't want you to tell anybody anything. Just tell them seller's offering no compensation, because really 3 different ways to communicate, but it gives the seller the control over exactly what we communicate.
Yeah.
I know you're big on wanting to keep almost no communication there, so that, meaning just keep limited communication. You make an offer, include what you want. If the terms make sense, we'll get it done.
Yes. And our contract in Texas is very similar to what you just described in your contract. And that is, we can disclose compensation, not disclose any, or just say the seller's open.